It is the popular saying that a healthy society is a wealthy one. On the Greater Program, medical experts are available to provide solutions to various health challenges. You desire greatness in life. Successful men and women in the society are available on the Great Mind Program to reveal to you the secrets to their greatness. The Great Mind of Nancy Osogbo is a watch for all. Meet me on the program every Sunday between 3:30 and 4 p.m.
Happy Sunday to you all. It is another wonderful moment with me, Bola Olayode, on the program The Great Mind. The personality we are celebrating on the program this week is Chief Michael Adebiyi Adewole, who was in his lifetime Majeobaje of Osogboland. Meanwhile, on the health segment, we are focusing on the visit of Borno Health Insurance Agency to Osun Health Insurance Agency to learn from the agency, since Osun Health Insurance Agency has become a pace setter from the inception of Osun Health Insurance Agency in the year 2018. The vision of the agency, which has now become a reality, is to be a world-class provider of access to sustainable, qualitative health care, being readily available and affordable to every resident of the state. More so, Osun Health Insurance Agency has succeeded in accomplishing its mission of providing access to qualitative health care free from financial hardship to residents of the state by pulling funds from public-private partnership to strengthen healthcare system based on equity, integrity, transparency, and solidarity while providing regulatory oversight. Due to the huge success being recorded by Osun Health Insurance Agency in the realization of its vision and accomplishment of its mission, which has made Osun State to be a pace setter in the health sector among the committee of states in Nigeria. This, however, has attracted other states to come down to Osun State to learn from Osun Health Insurance Agency and acquire knowledge on how to improve the health sector in their various states. It was the turn of Borno State between Monday, August 30, 2021 and Thursday, September 2, 2021. The team was led to Osun State by the Executive Secretary, Board of Directors of Borno Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Saleh Abba. The Executive Secretary, Board of Directors of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Adebiyi, who played host to the visiting team, having addressed the visitors, resolved that the interactions should be done at departmental level, since Osun Health Insurance Agency is highly blessed with focused leaders who are working tirelessly and selflessly to make the agency to achieve great success. Director of Administration and Supply of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Mr. Arolo Eluyemi, while teaching his counterpart from Borno State, Director of Administration and General Services, Mr. Ali Kramer, the functions of his department, pointed out the success of any organization lies in the administration department.
We started from one small office like this in 2018. Our ES was appointed in February 2018. The new directors were also posted to him in the same 2018 March, just a month after. So now we started with nothing, basically nothing. So from there, they gave us 6 rooms here, renovated by the Ministry of Health. They used the SOMI fund to do the renovation and the furnishing for us. So when we came in, we discovered that the place is not enough for us, but to the glory of God, we are using the whole building, even though it is grossly inadequate, as you can see. It's grossly inadequate, but we are still operating based on that. So that is the structures of the you know that the success of every organization lies in its administration. So it's life wire of the agency. If the Department of Administration is not working well, then there is problem. So the administration department ensure the efficient performance of all other departments. All other departments depend solely on admin. When the admin department is not working effectively, then there will be problem in the management of that agency. So that is why admin is a key. Both the ES, the board members and other departments depend solely on the admin, so that you will know that you have a normal task ahead of you.
Director of Finance and Accounts of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Mr. Alao Abimbola, taught his counterpart from Borno Health Insurance Agency, Baba Abakiyari, the operational mode of his department, which has contributed immensely to the success of Osun Health Insurance Agency.
So when you want to code something, you have to put, so you can use your own discretion.
I know how to generate the codes.
The code, yes.
I know.
So for instance, for computers, you can use OSIA. This is also Health Insurance Agency / CEO / 01 / computer. You can abbreviate or you
I know.
Computer / 01.
That is how to prepare the coding system.
Yes.
I know. How will it appear in the register now?
So you just put, you put your title at the top. The title that is computer and accessories.
What is this identification number? The item is the computer.
Yes.
Registration is now is it the 001?
You can use the same thing for both. Depends on
the note of this vendor's name, the person who supplied.
Yeah, the suppliers.
Okay, then the address.
The address.
Location
is very, very important.
Dr. Adebiyi, Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Osun Health Insurance Agency, explained to his counterpart from Borno Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Bilayin Aliyu, that his department is responsible for the planning of all the activities of the agency and also works in collaboration from time to time with other departments of Osun Health Insurance Agency for the success of health sector in the state.
Major things that we do is what? Budget. Budget. That is the annual budget.
Yes.
It's been domiciled in this department, and in collaboration with all other directors, particularly the director of admin and supply, together with what? Finance. Because when we are doing budget, we need to collect some data from finance.
Yes.
Like we started this one July. So we need to know the expenditure between January and June, which is the middle of the year, so that we can now use that one to extrapolate and see whether we are running foul of the budget, so that that will not affect our budget performance at the end of the day. So we work in collaboration with them, because you cannot do anything without the director of admin and supply when it comes to personnel, human resources, because it's the one that is in charge of the people that are on ground, people the actual number in place, those people that are ad hoc and all this, that is the function of directly the dash. And the finance also will work hand in hand. But to collate everything, we are the one that is doing it. Because in the budget, aside from personnel, we have revenue, we have we have capital, we have recurrent. So all those must be coded. Most especially capital projects. It is the Department of Planning that we actually know, that must know all the capital projects that we should execute.
From Olaso Komisumonu, Director of Programs, Osun Health Insurance Agency, taught his counterpart from Borno Health Insurance Agency. From Yasuwa Buka, the responsibilities of his department in relation to the success of Osun Health Insurance Agency, especially in the area of enrollment.
Yes, the informal sector. That is the most difficult sector under health insurance to capture. Very difficult. In every state you have diverse views, diverse interests. Some will attach religion to it, they will interpret it to mean another thing, and if you are given a mandate of 100% coverage for your state, you have to find a way of surmounting all those barriers, which we have started from. We started by engaging the artisans. Even when we were not ready to enroll, we were sensitizing. You know?
Yes, you will create awareness.
Yes, we were creating awareness. We have compiled the meeting dates of all artisans at the state level, at the local government level, at unit level, and the community level. So I'll put the timetable in my front, and each day we must contact one. You understand? That's a big responsibility, madam. From panel beaters to mechanics to tailors, hairdressers, and we have gone to every local government to make sure that it's like propagating a religion. Understand? That they must hear. If you are not hearing it on radio, you must have seen it on television that there is something called health insurance in the state, or you see us physically. And we have done so many engagement meetings at the agency level. Number one, for artisans in the state, then for members of NASME, the medium scale enterprises people, then the chambers of commerce and industries in the state, and so many other diverse interest groups in the state.
Dr. Shinegwalaye, Director, Standard Quality Assurance, Osun Health Insurance Agency, explained to his counterpart from Borno Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Abubakar Adam, the operation of his department regarding claims management, referral mechanism, and operational challenges being handled by his department to ensure the good sources being recorded by Osun Health Insurance Agency.
Impromptu visits, inspection of the facility to know the standard, to know the quality of care they are giving, and then that is one of the things that we are expected to do. Accreditation and quality assurance process. Of course, you must have told about quality assurance that we have been doing. Then accreditation, it's a whole gamut of activity. Of course, you know, we need to accredit facility, we need to accredit our service providers, and with service providers, we have hospitals, we have banks, we have insurance companies. We have HMOs or TPs, we call them TPAs here. So all of these are their service providers. Of course, the protocol, the procedure, the guideline for that discussing the course of the presentation. All right, the generation of authorization, claims verification is cardinal activity that we do regularly. Generation of authorization is also another important activity. Some of these activities are actually seeded, outsourced to HMOs. Of course, we also need to talk about that. Accredited care providers and third-party administrators for the scheme. That's also talking about accreditation. You understand? Then ensure compliance with the guidelines. The guidelines, we have so many things, and that is one of the functions. But of course, before you want to embark on compliance and enforcement and compliance, you need to take the activity to a certain level before beginning to gauge and measure the compliance to that activity.
Information and Communication Technology ICT Department of Osun Health Insurance Agency is headed by Mr. Akambi Akiolu, who also taught his counterpart from Borno Health Insurance Agency, Mr. Mustafa, the importance of ICT to the success of the organization.
This was what we used the basis of, because the hospital also went on air and was saying so many things about autism. So let's take all those things. Put it on Facebook, put it on WhatsApp, put it on the counter of So after recording all the complaints and everything, the information was there. It's turned to contact center. Yes, it's stored both on the local server and the cloud. Yes. So who treats the information? Once they have a request that the officers cannot answer, yes. If somebody calls me and asks for something, ask the person, please can you hold on? So the lady that was coming to call me, she's the supervisor. So they will relay the information to her. Somebody is asking me, do we cover malaria? One person, the supervisor will go through our information. Yes, we cover malaria. From the person. If it is something that the supervisor cannot answer, she will also push it to me. So the person will be hanged up. If we have option, yes, you know the way we call them, they say, please hold on, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. Yes. Your time is needed, they will tell you, you understand, chopping your money. So we'll give them two options. Please sir, can you call us back in 2 minutes? Or hold on. The person says, this thing is really serious, I want to hold on. But we treat it as quick as possible. So I do.
Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary of Borno State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Saleh Abba, who received lecture from the head of Legal Department of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Barrister Kemi Oyolola, and the head of Information and Knowledge Management, Mr. Segun Odewumi, was highly impressed and eulogized Osun Health Insurance Agency for the vibrance of its legal department.
Tertiary institution health insurance, social health insurance program, which in many states is actually not functioning. In many states, I think this is the first state that I can see that they have gone a bit far as far as tertiary, because even NHIS run away actually from tertiary, from teaching. They run away. Then they cannot do this thing and then they run away. It's only that they cannot tell us that they run away, but we know that they run away from teaching. So for a state actually to come up and then take over the teaching is very important. And what that means is that it is not only about taking ownership of the teaching. No, it's taking over of the most important population of the society, because this is the youthful population. So taking over teaching adds a lot of value to our healthcare. Not only, we are always talking about maternal and child health, but teaching is as important as maternal and child health. It's an important, because that is the productive population. So if that productive population can be taken care of, I know we can go places. That is another thing. Then another peculiar thing that I also observe in this our visit is this issue of legal unit. I have also visited some few states. I've interacted with some few executive secretaries, but I find out that the legal unit here is vibrant, and then it has actually solved a lot of issues that has been bothering me over the period of time.
The Executive Secretary Board of Directors of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Adebiyi, disclosed at the meeting the plan by National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS) to have branded medicine.
But there is a plan by NHIS to have branded medicine for health insurance. One of the problems that we have had over the years with health insurance, particularly NHIS, is that the enrollees often accuse the facilities of using substandard drugs because they are not branded. The enrollees would want branded drugs. If you give them, co-amoxiclav, they don't want co-amoxiclav, they want Augmentin. Augmentin is about 3, 4, 5 times more expensive than co-amoxiclav. Now you give them cefuroxime, they don't want cefuroxime, they want Rocephin. Rocephin is about 10 times more expensive than this. But it does not necessarily mean, it does not necessarily mean that it is much more efficient. The efficacy is not that documented, but because of the name, the brand name.
Dr. Bashir Mohammed, who is the consultant to Osun Health Insurance Agency, advised the board of directors of Borno Health Insurance Agency to create a process and work with the documentation. Details of this and other issues that were raised at the interactive session will be given in the subsequent edition of the program. We are celebrating Chief Michael Adebiyi, popularly known in his lifetime as Abija, because of the impact he was able to make on the lives of others while he was alive. Chief Michael Adebiyi JP Majeobaje of Osogboland and Balogun Ijo of All Saints Cathedral, popularly known as Abija, was born in this compound, Oyamuyiwa Abija Square, 83 years ago. He started his elementary education at All Saints Primary School, Osogbo.
I lost my mother at 4 years.
I want to cover your upbringing after losing your mother.
My father was very good. It was my mother and father. And my mother has sisters who also assisted. Well, I went to All Saints School, Osogbo.
Having lost his mother at the age of 4 and later lost his father when he was 12 years old, Chief Michael Adebiyi started to fend for himself at a very tender age, when many of his age group still relied on their parents for their upkeep.
I taught as a pupil teacher, and after that I went to St. Louis College, Ibadan, for my teacher training, grade 3 course. After leaving the place, I did not want to be a teacher, but I was a teacher by circumstance. So I had to study for GC. The following year, I passed the ordinary level. The following year, I passed the advanced level and took the entrance to the bank and went to Barclays Bank, which is now Union Bank. Served them for about 11 years. And set up my own business, Abija Construction Company. I did not face too much challenges because that time there was not much fraud, and people who assist you are 70% genuine people who can be trusted and relied upon. I did not have challenges other than I started with very small money. When I left the bank, I started my trading company. From there I graduated to construction, entered the construction, constructing bridges, houses, schools and so on. And then later roads. It was smooth. I didn't rely on anybody to succeed. That was the cornerstone of my success. Since I had no mother, and when I got to 12 years, my father also died. So I was on my own. So I've learned to live on my own. Today I don't rely on people. I rely on my hard work and God's benevolence. A lot of people rely on their fathers, mothers, relatives and so on. I don't. If I do anything I don't succeed, I try again. I don't believe somebody was behind my unsuccessful venture. That's the cornerstone of my success. That time, a market man, a mechanic, anybody could be in construction. All you have to do is to mobilize people who can do the work and supervise them well. With hard work and focus, certainly you succeed. You employ an engineer and make sure he does what you want him to do. That's all. And that's why I vowed that some of my children must be engineers. And that's why they have. I have mechanical engineer. I have building science engineer. I have structural engineer.
Chief Michael Adebiyi JP, Majeobaje of Osogboland, was a polygamist endowed with divine wisdom to keep his large family united, as nobody can distinguish between the children of the senior wife and the junior wife.
The family is a bit large, and that is because my father had only my sister and myself, so also my mother. So when my sister had 3 children, she did not get more. And that time, 3 children were just like, you have no children. So she vowed that I must go ahead and have as many as possible to compensate her deficit. So I had to marry a wife. After some time, I married another one because I knew that a wife may not be enough for me to carry out that job. So, to God's blessing, they all gave birth to children, boys and girls. Boys and girls. If this one gives birth to a boy, the other one will give birth to a girl. The next time, the other one will give birth to a boy, the other one will give birth to a girl again, and so on. So, that is why I have over a football team.
Chief Michael Adebiyi, Majeobaje of Osogboland, and Balogun Ijo of All Saints Cathedral can best be described as a real fulfilled man, but he had this unpleasant experience.
The saddest day in life was when I lost my first wife, Majeobaje. She wasn't sick for 3 days, 4 days. He just complained. He just saw her eyes, we saw bloodshot. We didn't know the meaning. And we went to the hospital. And that was the end. And she went to coma and never came back. That was my saddest day in my life. I didn't even know I would survive it.
Since this success can best be described by the impact one is able to make on the life of others, Chief Michael Adebiyi was a successful man while he was alive because of the impact he was able to make on the life of others. On that note, we are ending this week's edition of the program, The Great Mind. Next Sunday is another date. God willing, till then, stay blessed.